Hey guys, appreciate you joining us for this week's episode of the Fowl Life. We're up here in Idaho. It's been snowy, cold temperatures every day, and all of a sudden it starts raining. Things are warming up, about 43 degrees today. We're going to be on the Snake River tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. T-Maniac in Idaho, and it's going to be raining ducks and geese on this week's show. T-Maniac.
Christmas time is always a special time of year for everybody here at the Fowl Life. This year was no different. Everybody got to get home about a week before Christmas, spend some good quality time with their friends and family, and then 26 rolls around, and guess what? It's on again. Back in the truck. We're headed to Southern Idaho. Good buddy Dennis Isbister calls me and says, hey, the geese are here. I got about 7 fields full of them. I call Alex. He gets in the truck and meets me down there, and it turned out to be a great week. Dennis is a good buddy of mine. He's a serious hunter. He's a killer. I mean, he knows how to hunt geese, and I had all the confidence in the world getting up there, and it turned out to be a great time.
Say cluck it, gruck it, I'm never gonna shut it down. Because I come from the east side of town, Reno town is what I speak. You can't get with this, take a seat on the love bench. What?
It's cold.
So I get this phone call from Chad, and he tells me that one of his buddies, Dennis, has a farm in Southern Idaho that's just loaded with geese, and he wants me to get down there. So I grab a couple of our cameramen, and I head east. Now, the entire western United States was getting hammered by a northern storm front, which made for some extremely challenging traveling conditions. But I knew I had to get down there because I could tell by the tone in Chad's voice, he was super pumped.
You got a key for that one? Come on, let's move like we got a pulse. Come on, let's go, guys. Be aggressive, be aggressive, B-E-A-G-G-R-E-S-S-I-V-E. So be aggressive, be aggressive, B-E-A-G-G-R-E-S-S-I-V-E. Come on, dude, hurry up.
I'm trying.
That'll work. Yeah. Yeah.
Idaho, it's the end of December. I just risked my life through ice fog, frozen mountains, deer running across just to come hunt with Chad Belton. Boy, am I an idiot.
Ready, guys? Yeah. Get him. Nice shooting, fellas. Woo! Woo! Look at the dog. Here we go. Oh, boy. Pop.
Oh, that was fun. Nice shooting. Way to shoot your lane, guys.
Nice.
Come on now. Come on. Got it, girl. Come on.
So the hunt started out pretty good. First 3 geese came in, they went down. Dennis's dog Ellie, she was all over it. It looked like it was gonna be a really good hunt.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Little 3-pack. Man, this heavy shot.
There ain't no such thing as a crippled heavy, huh?
No.
Heavy shot.
Look at him, dead.
Dennis is shooting that new heavy metal.
Really?
Heavy metal just destroyed that one, dude.
Look at him.
But after that first group, flock after flock, these birds would pick up at about 40 yards. I mean, we easily could have limited out with the amount of birds that were coming to this field. But in order to get the footage that we're looking for, we need them to finish at about 20 to 30 yards.
Wow. We got the flare-o-matic going on. Dude, we're just sticking out. Dude, those big black holes back there. That's all.
Out front, guys. Just stay out front. Soft calling, soft calling. Low left. Get him, guys. That's good. Get him, Ellie! Huh? Oh man, good girl. Sit down. Sit. We thought we had the perfect hunt lined up. The only thing is that we were setting up on the edge of a field, and I'm always a little bit leery to do that. I like being in the middle, whether you're in a pit or ground blinds. I like being able to hide. Geese like to hit the middle of the field. A few of the groups that came in early, you know, it was an overcast day. They did it, but a lot of the ones that came after, they were picking us apart. It just wasn't working. So instead of sitting there and struggling all day, we decided to pick up, go scout another part of the valley. We found an unbelievable field, and I thought with the snow melting the way it was starting to really warm up. We'd be able to mix our ground blinds in with getting out in the middle. We decided to go with 2 hunters and 1 camera guy. Alex was going to run the camera, and me and Dennis were going to be the shooters, and it turned out to be a great hunt.
We're gonna ramp it up. Can I ramp it up? Come on, come on. Can I ramp it up? Come on, come on. We're gonna ramp it up. We're gonna ramp it up. We're gonna ramp it up. Ramp it up. We're gonna ramp it up. Ramp it up. We're gonna ramp it up. Come on. You know that I am coming whether you're ready or not. I'm getting out of hand, taking it to the max. You wanna play the game? You better pay your tax. Yeah, I'm setting examples. You wanna f around? Well, take a sample. But before we get into it, switch styles on your... You didn't get the single?
When we first got here on Friday to scout these birds, there was 3,500, 4,000 geese in the area. It was 23 degrees for a high. There was lots of snow. Today, completely different. We woke up 40 degrees. The snow was melting. I knew we had to get up early. I got everybody rolling. We got out of bed at least an hour earlier. We put the hustle on because we knew we had to get all the decoys out and going.
shooting, baby.
That was pretty right there, baby. Get that one, there's more. There's a lot of them coming.
Here comes your dog.
Good girl, Ellie. Good girl.
It was a blast hunting with Dennis and Chad. You could tell these guys were really good friends with the amount of trash talking that was going on.
I've known Dennis Isbis for a long time. You know, early on we started out competing against each other in a calling contest right around the local area, Reno Sparks, Fowl, right in the, you know, the duck hunting capital of Nevada there, if that's what you want to call it.
Chad Belding and I have been friends for probably close to about 15 years now. We met at a calling contest when I completely schooled him, and he was asking me for tips and some different ways to do spit notes and do moans and stuff like that.
You know, we started competing at an early time in our life, probably when we were in our mid-20s, and you know, I went on to call in a lot more calling contests than him because I had a lot more better results than he had.
So we started talking and we started hunting together a lot. I taught him pretty much everything he knows about waterfowling to this day, and that's pretty much where we go from there.
You know, he tries to tell everybody that he beat me in 3 or 4 of the contests, but he was actually the first time he ever competed against me in a goose calling contest, he accidentally blew a mallard call on accident. He thought it was a short-reed goose call because he saw me blowing one, so he thought I was making the sounds out of a duck call. So he grabbed one and got up there and cut first round. And
These are coming in hot, boys.
Will you please make sure you're loaded?
Here, we're loaded. Boom. I think it was the gun.
I think it was the gun.
a lot of people laugh at him. I mean, he forgets to load his gun, doesn't know how to clean birds, so I do that on all of our hunts. Not a very good driver, cannot back a trailer or boat up to save his life. So all of that stuff hand in hand. I love the person he is. He works hard, he tries hard, but it's, you know, it's like you got a little brother that you're trying to get into the sport.
What stood out most about today's hunt was just the changing weather throughout the day and us dealing with it. We had to switch it up a lot to kill the birds today. That was completely gay.
Oh, that's pretty. I'm flagging.
Idaho's a special place for me. You know, it's a pretty short drive from where I live in Reno, Nevada. I get quite a few opportunities throughout the season to come up. They had some really awesome duck hunting over off the Snake River around Meridian, and being able to hunt this part of Idaho right around American Falls is really special to me. There's a ton of geese in the area, a lot of local birds, and I love to hunt big Canadas. The way they respond to the call, the way they work the flag, the decoy spreads, they can go anywhere from 2 dozen all the way up to 30 dozen, and it's just fun being able to try different techniques up in this area, and because of the amount of birds that Idaho produces.
Get him, Dennis. That's it. Nice shooting. Woo! Woo!
Atta girl, Atta, get him.
Nice.
Get him, Al.
Right there, baby.
Yeah. Good girl, Ellie.
That's it. That's ours. That's 8.
That's 8. Good girl,
That's 8
Ellie.
for
Sit down.
us.
Hey, sit down. Sit down, hold. Good girl. Good girl. All right, what are we gonna do?
One more, Allie. One more, no? Did she get 3?
Oh, you know, there's Ellie, get on.
Ellie's a cool dog, and it's great to have confidence when you're hunting ducks or geese, whether it's over water and dry land. She leaves the blind, she gets the bird, she brings them back, and that's what she asks for a dog. She takes a straight line to it. She's great at blind retrieves, and you know, Dennis has done a great job getting her ready. And it was cold out there, and she had to put up with some pretty tough conditions that weekend. But she handled it, and it was good to see her have a great hunt.
Get him, Ellie. Yeah.
Get him, Ellie.
You get him. Ellie, come here. Come here. You dummy.
Told her to get him. Why don't you let her do what you say to do? It's your fault.
I'm not yelling at her, dude.
I know,
just
but you
want her to
said
come back.
get him, and then she goes to get him, and then you yell at her.
She got him,
She's
and I
gonna
brought
be
her back.
confused, dude.
She's
just
gonna
like
come back
everybody
with
else
it.
from
Hey,
Fallon.
come here.
She's gonna come back with a truck.
She did, dude.
Look at she retrieved the truck.
She did. She got him, and then she came back with a truck.
Good retrieve,
Good
Ellie.
girl, Ellie. She did exactly what she was supposed to. Good girl. That's so key right there. Key to a good hunting dog.
Hey, I'm no different than any other waterfowl hunter. I love when the weather's rough and there's foul conditions. One thing I love to hunt is in the snow. But when you're hunting in the snow, you spend more time out cleaning your decoys than you do in the blind. Here's a little tip for you that might help you out next year. Apply rock salt to the back of your decoys. When you apply the rock salt to the decoys, it'll melt down and create a brine, a water brine, that you can rub on the decoys on top of their head. You're gonna spend less time out cleaning your decoys and more time in the blind. Try this tip, and I think it'll be successful on your next snow hunt.
Guys, one thing that you have to remember is being a goose hunter and to be a very successful goose hunter is to be adaptable. What I like to do on every single hunt, and what Dennis and I have done over the years, is we try to learn something and take something from every hunt that we participate in. Yesterday we came out, Mother Nature was playing tricks on us. It would snow, the wind was blowing. We thought that it was snowing too hard to set up the spread because we knew that we'd have to have a lot of decoys out and we'd have to be brushing them off every 5 minutes. So we chose not to set up a big spread. We kept it small so we could manage our spread. The geese didn't like it. We were on an edge of the field. They saw the ditch line. We learned that. Today, we got the power hunters and the snow covers, got out here right in the middle of the field. We put about 25 dozen FFD. We got every kind of decoy you can imagine out here with green headgear. We got the shells, sleeper shells, we got the resters, we got the lookers, we got active, we got feeders. We threw the whole kitchen sink at them. Put a big black hole out here for them to see. They get up off the roost and they see that black spot and they zone in on it. A little bit of flagging with the Avery Super Flag. Good calling, be realistic. It was calm today. We stayed really quiet on our zinc calls. And sure enough, the results paid off. 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Perfect.
After they started flying, you know, we had geese working us all day long. Little bit of flagging, you just keep lifting that flag up and it worked awesome. And you know, one thing that I like to pay attention to when we hunt snow is mixing in shells. I think it's very realistic for Canada geese when they hit that ground on a snow-covered field. The first thing that their instincts tell them to do is lay down, get that body heat onto that snow, and it starts to melt it off, and then they get food around and where they can just sit there and nibble at it all day long.
When we watched those birds when we were coming in scouting, every one of those birds was hitting the ground immediately. But we took a lot of these full bodies, set them right on the ground. You don't have stakes on them.
Yeah. You don't have to, that's what's cool about the active decoys. When you start messing around with the full bodies, you can use them as shell decoys too. You don't have to put the motion stakes down. That's not as realistic of a posture as using the shells. That's why we like to have a ton of the shells. We like to be as realistic as possible. And if you look at our spread, it's a very realistic spread how these geese up here in Idaho have been acting. They're hitting the ground, they're walking out, they're spreading out. Even though the conditions are been pretty cold, it's gotten warm over the last couple of days and they've really spread out. The geese they don't have to be together to collect each other's body heat. So our furthest decoy is probably 35 yards away this way and 45 yards away this way. We keep a ton of feeder decoys and a ton of shells right around the blinds. Keep that flag popping a little bit, give them something to look at when they get about 40, 50 yards from you. Shut everything down, just little light moans, little light clucks. And sure enough, they were finishing right in the keel hole, right where we needed them to. Memorable hunt, Dennis. Appreciate
Fantastic.
it. Idaho, awesome results.
Couldn't be any better.
Growing up in Nevada, it seriously frustrates me a little bit, guys, to know that we got Idaho right in our backyard, and just discovering about 6 or 7 years ago is one of the top waterfowl spots out here in the Western United States. I wish we would have discovered it earlier. I really do. With its river systems and its agriculture and all the refuges that it holds, the ducks and geese are there, and they're there from December all the way through the end of the season in late January. If it's December, January, you're probably going to find the fowl life up there. And with guys like Dennis Isbister and giving us phone calls like that, getting us up there at the right time, the timing was perfect, and that's what it takes. I mean, we don't like to plan trips out ahead of time. We like to get the phone call and get there. If the birds are there, we need to be there, and that's what happened on this trip. It took us a couple days to figure it out, but once we did, the hunt turned out awesome, and we seriously can't wait to get back up there. Thanks again, Dennis. We also want to send a big thank you out to all of our sponsors. Please visit www.thefowllife.com, click on the sponsors link, and click on any of those logos. You'll be redirected back to their homepage. Please support them like they support the Fowl Life. We'll see you guys next week.
gotta love Rod Stewart. He just lets you get into it.
Rod Stewart's goose killing.